The iPhone 16 Pro Max is set to make its debut this autumn, and the buzz surrounding Apple's upcoming flagship is only getting louder. The question on everyone's mind is whether the new features will be enticing enough to warrant an upgrade. We've already caught wind of some exciting possibilities, such as a larger display, the powerful E18 Pro chip, and even hardware changes like a brand new capture button. But that's not all. There's a whole world of generative AI features rumored for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Some of these cutting-edge capabilities will be integrated into iOS 18, while others might be exclusive to this new iPhone. Recent leaks have shed light on another aspect of the upcoming models: battery enhancements. Apple enthusiasts are eagerly awaiting details on the improvements in the iPhone 16 series, particularly when it comes to battery life. Thanks to a leak that surfaced on Weibo, we now have a sneak peek into the realm of enhanced power capacities across the lineup, with one exception. According to insider information, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is rumored to pack a whopping 4676 mAh battery, making it a true powerhouse. Its counterpart, the iPhone 16 Pro, is no slouch either, boasting a respectable 3355 mAh cell. Meanwhile, the standard iPhone 16 is expected to wield a robust 3561 battery. However, things take an intriguing turn with the iPhone 16 Plus, as it allegedly features a slightly smaller 4006 mAh battery compared to its predecessor, the iPhone 15 Plus. It's worth noting that the Plus iPhone is positioned as a more affordable option compared to the Pro models, which start at $999. Despite its smaller battery, it's still expected to deliver reliable performance. In fact, the other iPhone 16 models are anticipated to see their battery capacity grow by as much as 6%. So, whether you're eyeing the Pro Max, the Pro, or even the Plus, it seems like Apple has some exciting battery improvements in store for the iPhone 16 series. The Weibo leaker's latest post on iPhone 16 battery capacities aligns with previous leaks by Majin Buu, but this time includes details for the iPhone 16 Pro model that were missing before. This leak marks the first time we're seeing rumored changes in battery capacities across the entire iPhone 16 lineup. The leaked figures suggest that the iPhone 16, 16 Pro, and 16 Pro Max will all have larger batteries compared to their predecessors, except for the iPhone 16 Plus, which might see a decrease in battery capacity compared to the iPhone 15 Plus. The reason for this reduction is unclear, especially since both the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus are expected to have similar features. One theory is that any decrease in capacity could be offset by improvements in efficiency elsewhere. Alternatively, Apple might be intentionally creating more distinction between the iPhone 16 Plus and the iPhone 16 Pro Max to encourage customers towards the premium model. When Apple introduced the iPhone 14 Plus to replace the iPhone 13 mini, it offered customers a device with a 6.7-inch display like the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but at a lower price. The iPhone 14 Plus also boasted a larger battery capacity than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, allowing Apple to market it as having the longest battery life. However, with the iPhone 15 series, Apple further increased the battery capacity of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, making it the largest battery ever seen in an iPhone. Listen up, we all understand that size doesn't always equate to quality when it comes to phones. However, there's a growing demand for larger screens as laptops and TVs become a thing of the past. Apple is well aware of this and is aiming to please with their upcoming iPhone 16 Pro, boasting a 6.3-inch display, and a colossal iPhone 16 Pro Max, featuring a hopping 6.9-inch screen. While these sizes aren't set in stone just yet, they align with previous reports, and where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Rumors also suggest that the iPhone 16 Pro series will come with an enhanced battery capacity, although specific figures haven't been disclosed. What we do know is that this larger battery is expected to deliver a battery life of over 30 hours. If that doesn't impress you, then you probably haven't seen the impressive results of our tests on the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. These current high-end devices lasted around 16 and 19 hours respectively, so a jump to 30+ hours would be a significant improvement. Of course, we can't predict how the iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max will perform in real-life scenarios or in battery tests just yet. However, it's safe to say that Apple is aiming for a major upgrade with these devices. Stay tuned for more updates on their performance and other benchmarks. Meanwhile, rumor has it that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a 48-megapixel custom Sony IMX903 sensor, although it's not yet official. The current iPhone 15 Pro Max uses the IMX803, so while this upgrade is significant, it's not entirely unexpected. Lastly, we have news about two new color options for the iPhone 16 Pro that could make it stand out from its predecessor. While the official names are still a mystery, they're said to be Desert Yellow and Cement Gray, potentially replacing the blue titanium and natural titanium shades. Interestingly, the yellow hue might lean towards gold or rose, adding to the black titanium, white titanium, and gray titanium choices for the upcoming iPhone 16 Pro and likely the iPhone 16 Pro Max 2. Now for those of you excited for the Apple iPhone 16 series, we're now going to run through the full specs design and the pricing for each model in the range to help you guys decide which one is right for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video. But if you're new here, then hit subscribe now, and we'll get right into it. So first up, we have the standard iPhone 16. With the standard iPhone 16, we get a 6.3-inch OLED display, but unfortunately, this is still going to be an LTPS display. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely coming with 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's also powered up by a 3561 mAh battery, with 30 watts fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now, it will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Plus. With the iPhone 16 Plus, we get a 6.9 in OLED display, and again, unfortunately, this is another LTPS display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 2. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely going to come with a choice of 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's powered by a 4006 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. Now, of course, it ships with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $950 in September 2024. Next up, we got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3 in 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera, then we've got a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset, and it comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's also powered by a 3450 mAh battery, and fast charging is still unknown at the moment, but we do expect some improvements, and of course it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. It will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $1,100 in September 2024. Now finally, we save the best to last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the A18 Pro chipset. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's powered up by a 4676 mAh battery. As with the 16 Pro, we don't know the fast charging at the moment, but we do expect to see some improvements. Now it comes up with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18, and this one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 24. So overall, the iPhone 16 series is looking like a great addition to the iPhone lineup. More things remain similar. There are still plenty of upgrades with the new hardware to power it better and brighter displays. Along with the new battery thermal technology, this should really enhance the experience and work well with the new A features. Now, of course, because of all the similarities to its predecessor, it's probably not going to make anyone with an iPhone 15 rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, that it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, as we approach the launch, more and more information is going to continue to come in, and I'll be sharing it as soon as it does, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.